Hello everyone, welcome to Godswood City. So guys, I'm not quite sure where exactly are we going except to Disappointmentville.
I no. I don't cry. Don't tell I'm a Virgo. Vanish. Trust Pink forget stains. Brain power helping you, baby. You see, I'm not gonna cry. I still, my baby, Ah.
I am still recovering, guys. I'm still recovering. That is why you have not seen any videos from me, because I'm planning to do a full review of what actually transpired in Telangana, India at 72nd Miss World 2025. Because no, I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I think I may have figured why Miss South Africa was treated the way she was treated. And I think it has to do with the Miss World license. I knew this was going to come and bite us in the butt at some point. But I think it has everything to do with the Miss World license. Because the drama behind it, I guess with Julia Marley, it was unforgivable. Unforgivable. And so we had to pay the consequences for this. I'm just assuming. I'm not saying that is the reason, because every time I'm looking and rewatching Miss World, I'm like, there is no way that Zwaliz Janssen van Rensburg, Miss World South Africa, could have missed a step. Okay, she may not have won the fast track competitions or challenges, but we all know that those challenges don't mean anything. They're just part and parcel of what needs to happen in the 25 days that they are going to be in the competition, building up to the finale. And I am also of the view that the finale doesn't seem likely to be where the scoring of points will happen. Remember back in the day, they used to even have like leaderboards, and there would be what you call these people backstage presenters who will show us the scores, how the contestant scored with the judges. I think I want that back. I don't know about you. Don't you want that back, guys? Because the more they make changes, the more they confuse the competition. And the more they confuse the competition, the more backlash they are getting. Unless they are making money out of the backlashes. Now, I'm very much interested in seeing what happens in Miss Universe South Africa, which is currently underway with the crown chasers being filmed, I believe. So now last year, let me make my case. Let me make my case using South Africa so that it makes sense what's going on probably with Miss Universe and Miss World. All right. And then looking into today's time and social media and business, basically. I think right now South Africa is going or undergoing crown chases. They are filming, and then we are going to start seeing them, I suppose, sometime this month, because I've been trying to check what the schedules are for the top 30 to be announced, because they haven't announced them yet. We are waiting. They told us that they were going to announce them before the end of May. It's June now, and still we don't know who are the top 30. And then the broadcast of Crown Chasers as well is a little bit sketchy, so one is not quite sure of that. Now, the question I'm asking myself, what are they cooking behind the scenes? Now, let's rewind a little bit. If you go to Miss South Africa, which is Miss Universe South Africa, there was a controversy, a huge controversy that I believe made the organization, Miss South Africa organization, a lot of money because of the backlash with the whole story of Chidima. And of course, this is the same backlash that the organizers of Miss Universe Nigeria decided to take on. And Nigeria, or Miss Universe Nigeria, made more money than they've ever done in their existence of the pageant since it was created in 1980. I'm talking about the Nigerian one. And now, what scandal are we going to hear this year? And I am thinking to myself, there was a contestant, I think, from the LGBTQIA, I think two, one is female and the other one is male. One is from KwaZulu Natal. I think the other one is from either Mpumalanga or Joburg. I can't remember. And the question now is, will South Africans in their great numbers accept them, or there's going to be a similar backlash? Now, I think they would not read the room if this is what is their plan by accepting two LGBT or even one LGBTQIA community member in the Miss South Africa competition. You must understand as well that the other one is a cis woman, while the other one is a transgendered female. So basically, was a man and identifies as a female. And there's already a debate about this type of topics all around the world. So much so that even the Trump administration is banning such candidates either in sports, either in the army, either in whatever, where cis women are supposed to compete, and then now you have a male that is competing because they identify as women. So I'm foreseeing something like this happening, but I think they're not reading the room, because I don't think South Africans are at that point now in terms of thinking, open-mindedness, and it's more like, oh, whatever type of situation right now. Or I'm the one who's not reading the room. But from where I am standing, I think South Africans as a whole, they've far moved away from beauty pageants and or even care about many things in the beauty world. However, where South Africans will come in great numbers is when our identity as South Africans and South Africa is threatened, like in the case of Chidima, which got a lot of South Africans re-interested in the beauty pageant. Now, with a full South African who's a transgender female entering Miss South Africa, will that create a backlash? Well, I guess that remains to be seen, but me, I am thinking South Africans have far gone past all of that. And probably the argument will be more like, as long as that person is a South African, I don't know. Then the question now will be, what about the international competitions like Miss Universe? And my argument will be, I think in 2022 or 2023 in Miss Universe, Spain sent a transgendered female. This is a male who identified as a woman and entered Miss Universe Spain, won Miss Universe Spain, and went and competed, I think, in Puerto Rico. That's where Miss Universe was. I'm not quite sure if it was in Puerto Rico. Was it in Puerto Rico? I can't remember where it was held. And the person did compete there. So it will not be the first time. But I doubt that this individual will even place anywhere near the crown. They will just include this person for purposes of controversy, business, and attention drawn to Miss World, to Miss Universe South Africa. That is my take. Now let's go to Miss World. With Miss World, I think again the situation is with the license, because Miss World has been enjoying South Africa buying the Miss World license for the longest time. And I even said in my live yesterday, to those that were not aware, that Miss World has had a home in South Africa for about 4 or 5 years in the mid-90s. They've had a really good relationship with Miss World. This is Miss South Africa, having a good relationship with Miss World organization, until what happened, I think, a year or 2 years ago, when the license was no longer renewed, and a new owner, who is now Miss Carol Bauer, who's now the owner of the Miss World license. And I think that might have done something to Julia Marley. I don't know. And then now coming to the business side of Miss World, they needed to make sure that the world speaks about Miss World organization. That is why you were having the so-called underdog being placing at Miss World 2025, like Miss Ethiopia, Tunisia, in Africa. And then when you go to Europe, Miss Poland and Miss Ukraine, and then you go to the Americas, you get Martinique, and you also getting, well, Brazil. It's I think it was for Brazil. It was a, how do you put this, a blind spot or some sort. It was all to get us talking, because right now, if you are watching YouTubers and pageant lovers commenting under YouTubers' videos, there's a backlash. And this is exactly what the Miss World organization probably wanted. Because the more they talk about these organizations, the more money they make. That means more airtime, more interest drawn to the organization. And when more interest is drawn to the organization, guess what's going to happen in the next Miss World competition? Sponsors and brands that didn't even think of advertising or sponsoring these competitions, now they will take an interest, because that means what is there, the how do I put this, the more people speak about Miss World, the more they attach themselves to the organization and the brand Miss World, and therefore they get to sell products and services and all of that to the public. And I think at some point there's going to come a time where new media like YouTubers ourselves will be the order of the day when it comes to these competitions, where mainstream media will no longer be particularly be the people running the show. Well, they might run the show in terms of broadcasting, but when it comes to spreading the word, YouTubers are going to be the next big thing when it comes to these competitions. It's all about money, guys. It's absolutely about money. And I think that's the strategy this time around. Like, let's play around with the competition. Let's bring in unpopular sashes or least, not even least. I mean, you look at Ethiopia, the sash is not, nobody featured Ethiopia. Nobody was featuring Tunisia. Nobody was featuring the top four, except for Philippines and Thailand. Ethiopia and Montenegro, there was a throw off. That was a complete throw off. I mean, they should have also put Namibia, because Namibia isn't a strong sash at all. But now, Namibia's, yeah, listen, Namibia, I'm talking about you, Miss World Namibia, Miss Universe Namibia. Ride this wave like you've never rode it before. Same goes with you, Ethiopia. We did hear from your candidate, who is now the first princess, that in Ethiopia, you guys are critical of this competition. Now you need to change your minds. Because as well, you can see that they are trying to sell the beauty pageant as well to Africa. I'm not quite sure how, no, actually I am sure. I think South Africa may be the only country that is pageant loving. All the other ones are okay. Whenever it happens, it happens. With us, we pay attention. We pay very much attention, and we support our candidates, win or lose. We are behind them all the way. So I think all of this, in my opinion, it's about money. The more, as we speaking right now, the more the Miss World organization is being spoken about and more attention is drawn to them. And the more speculations and accusations and allegations that are being made, the better for them. I think, I don't know how the say goes, no bad news is good news, or no good news, or whatever, something like that. Yeah, that's what they're using to make more money and making this competition even more popular. I don't know, guys. That's what I'm thinking, because what could have gone wrong? I think that's the question everybody's asking. What went wrong? What went wrong? Miss Sri Lanka, how do you cut Miss Sri Lanka and Miss South Africa out? Because those two were the most strongest. The most strongest. And then you have Martinique and Ethiopia in the end. I say Philippines. Philippines is a strong sash for both Miss World and Miss Universe. Anyways, that is my thoughts, guys. But I will come back with a full reaction video, basically a review video. Let me put it that way of each girl from each country down to the top four, and as well the winner herself. I did say that Miss Thailand has won my heart over the period, even though I still have my observations about crossovers. Well, since now it's a trend, I might as well just accept it. Other than that, guys, please don't leave this video without liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing, and we'll see each other in my next video. Goodbye.